Hi everybody, welcome to my, not kitchen. We're not going to do a cooking video today. Well, we might later, maybe. But we're going to do a craft. And on this craft, it is a cloth wreath, which is a great craft for any kind of holidays. Just in general, I'm going to be using the ones I'm making for my new room that I'm redesigning. Or you can do pretty much anything. You can do birthday wreaths. You can do college or professional sports wreaths, whatever you like. And it's such an easy craft. So we're going to get right to it. And these somewhere wherever it is, these are going to be the materials. I'm making two different wreaths. They're going to be black and white since my room is going to be black and white. And we're going to start off with the wreath, and you can get any size you want. These are the 1-footers, and I've taken off the price tag, the barcode, and if it rips, you can just use, I don't know if you can see there, I taped it a little bit because it ripped, but you're going to leave the plastic on. Make sure you have some good plastic when you choose them. You can also use hearts, squares, anything that you want that's in the grapevine wreath that has the plastic on it. So these are my two wreaths. I have two bows, black and white. I went ahead and got ones that are pre-tied just because it's a lot easier, but you can use your own ribbons and make your own bows in there. And these are my materials, and these were actually in the scrap pile at Walmart. And so I think all the materials together cost like $9. And I have some polka dot. I always like to use one or two pattern, and then I like to use the solid, which is the black and the white. But you can even, do anything. You can use all solids, whatever you want. That's what's so nice about this. You're going to need, I'm going to be using this tiny screwdriver to poke it in, but you can use just a regular old Phillips head screwdriver as well, because we're going to be poking them right into there. And then, of course, your scissors. Now, I did buy some pinking shears, but I didn't realize they were for paper only. So I think it looks better when you use pinking shears on it because it makes the edges a little bit rough, and this is going to make them a little bit plainer, but that's fine because this is in my room. I will go buy some good pinking shears. So those are the materials. I don't accidentally use it, it's just the scrap end. Toss it over there. Now, what's cool about this craft is you don't have to be exact. And what we're going to be doing is cutting about 2 to 3 inches of squares. And we're going to do this on all the material. I won't bore you to death. A lot of times what I'll do is, I'm using the pattern, by the way, to cut straight. But you might have to mark it. So, move this. You're just going to take your material and then you're going to cut squares out. Alright? And don't worry about ironing your material unless you're a little OCD. Sometimes I am, depending on the material. And that's what we're going to do with all the material that I have over here, the polka dots, the black and white, and we're going to cut all of them that way. Alright, so we finished all of the cutting, and you saw how quickly that was. I think I messed it up one time when I missed the one black square at the very end. but not bad. Once again, when you cut these, it doesn't have to be exact. As long as they are square. That's the whole thing. They can't be rectangular. They have to be square. And you can make them smaller, you can make them bigger. I prefer it's about 2.5, 3 inches by 2.5, 3 inches. But as you can see, some of these, yeah, they went off on the end. That's okay. It doesn't have to be exact. So you're going to take, like I said, I have this one, and I have a Phillips head. You can use either one. You can also use pretty much anything that has a point on it. I've used pencils, but I don't suggest that when you use white because it gets down in there. So what you're going to do is you're going to take whatever device you're using, you're going to take it, put it right in the center, aim it for the center, wrap it around it so that it's, this way. I don't know if you can see that. And you're just going to jam it in there and bring it out, and it's going to stick like that. Now you can start on the ends, you can start in the middle, you can start wherever you want. I just start in the middle, and you're just going to keep doing that. You're going to pick your cloths. I'm going to not use the pattern one too much, but you're just going to keep doing that. I don't know how else to describe it. So let's start the magic. Fast forward. Okay, so we finished with the wreath, and this is what it turned out to be. As you can see, I did the sides, but I did not do any of the back. You can make it more open with the material here, and you don't have to use as much material like I did. I started poking them in really close to each other, and I really liked the look of it, so I decided to go more dense with it, and I changed it right in the middle. So what we're going to do with this is once we get everything done, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this bow that I made. I put a little bit of an extension wire on it. We're going to take the bow, and we're just going to tie it right to the wreath. And you can do it at the top, you can do it on the side, whatever you prefer, and just kind of fluff it out. And there's the whole wreath. And you can do this in any color. You can even make a baby wreath if you're going to be doing a baby shower. Idea. I've been doing this craft for about 20-something years, and I still love doing it. This entire wreath actually only took from start to end probably just over an hour to do, and I think it looks beautiful. So that is the craft that I did today, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to go to Southern Comfort Ramblings and like the page. Please share it as well. And I hope you have a great day. Bye. War Eagle.